This game is not to win a lot in one game. The principle of this game is to keep playing, keep living in this market. If you manage the risk, you will be successful.
Welcome everybody to another Funded Trader of Trade Pool. Today, Luke is with me. Hey buddy, thanks for coming to this interview.
Hi.
Alrighty, it's gonna be a bit different from the rest of the videos that we did so far because Luke actually passed the evaluation of the swing program. This is something rarely new that we launched a month or 2 months ago. And Luke was one of those guys that made it, traded with $24,000 of buying power. Do you think that's enough to pass the evaluation, enough buying power to do so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your trading before jumping into the dashboard and looking at the trades that you made. How long you been doing that?
Yeah, so my trading journal started from 2022. So it's like 2 years ago. And I started as a day trader first. And I tried day trading some penny stock at the very beginning and just catch the very short term trade daily and close it at the end of the every day. And I kind of lost some money at the very beginning. Then I switched my trading style because I realized that the day trading is not very my style of trading. So I just switched to the swing trading, and I try focus on some big name company like Tesla and Apple and Nvidia. That's why I more focused on this tech company later in my evaluation, because all of my trading style has already changed, and my trading time frame is more on 1 hour and 4 hour, and my strategy is basically a trend following. I basically buy a pullback at the beginning of a trend. So my trading strategy is very basic and typical, just by the breakout, something like that. But it's very powerful and useful. Just keep managing the risk, then you will make it successful. Yeah.
Amazing. So we'll talk about that in a second and elaborate a little bit more on that because that's obviously the most interesting part when, the guys that listening right now, they are looking for that extra advice, extra tip. And once you're talking about strategy or risk management, the way you do it and handle yourself in it, that's awesome and super important for the guys that listening. So we'll dive into that in a second. Something that is very interesting to understand is, you said you've been doing it for like 2, maybe 3 years. You started as a day trader and then moved to swing. And you mentioned that you find your own path basically. And this is something that takes, in most cases, it takes a lot of time to understand what's your style. Are you a day trader or a swing trader? What got you to the moment when you said, day trading is not for me, swing is the right way for me?
Actually, I'm still doing some day trading, but it's very small trade. I might have some day trade like very small size, just just get my hand dirty. But basically, when the market opens, it's like 6 a.m. in Seattle, 6:30 a.m. So for day trading, I might need to wake up very early, probably 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to catch the big move. Because typically when we try to trade, day trade some penny stock, they will just move very quickly before market open. Probably it's like 6 a.m. in New York times. So that's like 3 a.m. in Seattle. I cannot catch that move. So the left profit range for me is very small. So the profit risk ratio will be very, very low. So if I try to catch that trade daily, it probably just get me 3 times of the risk or 4 times of the risk. And because as a day trader, you cannot put all of your money into one trade. That's why I switched to the swing trade. Because for swing trade, I'm using a bigger time frame and I have the time to think about the trend and
Yeah.
I can wait for the confirmation of the trend, and also I can have a good sleep. I don't need to wake up very early, like the 6 a.m. Now I just need to wake up like 7 a.m. It's typically 10 a.m. in New York, and that's actually after the big move. And I can take the confirmation from that, and then I can make the decision based on that. So it's very good for the swing trading.
So you basically, so you analyze the chart on a 4H or hourly chart, and then the confirmation just to execute a trade. It in what time frame are you using? Which time frame?
I can check the trend in 4 hour chart, and I can find the entry in 1 hour chart.
Gotcha. But you enter in a trade only like after an hour from the opening bell?
Yes, because the
Okay.
first 1 hour is typically the zone of the day trading, so it could be move very quickly on upside and then go down very quickly.
All right, it sounds great. I'm gonna share your dashboard, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so here it is. You are now watching the dashboard. Look, basically, like I said, it's extra buying power. We call this program swing, 24K that Luke can handle. The profit target, the max loss, daily pause, and this is basically your chart. So you started kind of flat, right? A little bit up, a little bit down, and then you had that nice move to the upside, almost actually reaching that termination. So tell me a little bit about that. You know, you dropped all the way to termination, almost reaching that, and then popping up and bouncing back.
So very beginning, I might fail frequently. Like a lot of times, I may fail, but it's manageable. So for each trade, I might just lost a little bit of my money, like probably $300 or $400. And then once I catch a right side of the trend, I could probably get a big move like SOXL. That's my biggest
Yeah.
profit.
And I see you also have a nice success rate, 52%, 2.3 with the ratio. You did quite a lot of trades comparing to what at least the minimum that we're asking. We're asking 15. You already made 52. So and like you said, you're looking for trends, right?
Yes.
So let's take one of those, for example, P Diddy. Obviously, it's been quite active lately, especially after Baba moves and the rest of the Chinese company, JD and all. Tell me a little bit about the way that you traded it.
So this PDD's trade, I still remember that for the very first trade I made on this stock is because it has a very bad earning report, and then got dropped for 30% or 40, and I buy the pullback. I believe that's a pullback because in my system it's just to reach the moving average. So I just take a very small risk to give it a try. Then is like a consolidation at that range. So I keep putting a very small risk on that. And then finally I got a big move.
How long do you usually hold your trades? I see that you have like trades that you, like you said, day trading one that you actually get in and out very quickly. But most of them, like the big ones at least, you're getting like few good days holding.
It depends. So for each trend, it could have a different speed. It's based on moving average. So if this stock just ride the moving average 5, just the MA5, it could
Okay.
probably a very good stock.
That's interesting. So you're using the 5 EMA on the hourly
Yes.
chart?
I'm using the simple moving average just because it's more stable. Because
Hmm.
the exponential moving average just follow the price, then it might move very quick.
Okay, so that was a great chart, and I can understand the way your approach at least. I saw a few of the other trades as well while you were talking about them, and you trading that Tesla and other big names. So that's also a good focus comparing to in the day trading area. We see penny stocks, as you mentioned. So that's a good move on your hand. How do you handle the risk?
So for the evaluation, we typically just have $1,300 every day. So I just break it into 3 part or 5 part. Like I can take 5 trades at most daily. And for each trade, I will take one ATR as the risk management and put 20% of the daily risk maximum on that ATR to calculate the position size.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. That's a good move on that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, and it's not your first evaluation, right?
It's not.
Okay. What was the difference between this one that you passed comparing to the others that failed?
So if you check all of the other evaluation, all of that failed. I think that's because I just retried the day trading style again, but I realized that that's not my style. So I keep failing because sometimes I might be emotional. Like even I know that I shouldn't keep holding and hope, but I still do that.
Like all of us. But it's really amazing that you found your own way. It takes time and you did it quite fast and very well. So congrats on that. All right, Luke, thanks so much for coming to this interview. Your funded account is ready to go. Obviously, start slow, one step at a time, and build that cushion, as the other funded traders also mentioned before. For guys that are not familiar or doing the evaluation, do that. Watch the previous videos of our funded traders to get more knowledge about how to pass the evaluation, but also in general about trading. And go check us out at tradeapool.com. Thanks so much, Luke. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Sure.
See you. Bye.